Thank you. And brothers and sisters, it's a great pleasure to introduce a great friend of mine, a great friend of AFGE. I'd like to introduce Randy Erwin, the president of the National Federation of Federal Employees, NFFE. Randy is a tireless advocate for federal workers and is a good friend of AFGE, and we work arm in arm and lockstep together. Randy, come on down. Welcome, Randy. Thank you so much, Randy.
Thank you, Jay David, for the opportunity to be here. Do we have some federal employees in the house? Yeah! I want to give a quick shout out to the NFFE members across the country that are watching, including at 22 VAs. It's dues-paying members that make our fight possible, so thank you all. Yeah! I am proud to be here today, taking a stand with AFGE and putting Congress and the White House and everyone else on notice that we aren't going to allow them to destroy our cherished institution called the Department of Veterans Affairs. We aren't going to allow them to destroy the VA because we care too much about it. And why do we care about it? Because in this country, we make a solemn promise to our men and women in uniform that if you serve, when you come home, you are going to be cared for.
That's right.
For everyone here who works at the VA, it is you that makes it possible for this country to make good on that promise. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for the work you do every day caring for the American veteran. But let me tell you, brothers and sisters, as working people, everything we hold dear in this country, we are going to have to fight for. A decent wage is under attack. A secure retirement is under attack. Quality health care is under attack. The First Amendment right to form and join a union is under attack. Even the right to vote is under attack. These things make up the foundation of the middle class in this country, and they are all under attack. Well, I have a message for the politicians and the wealthy, crooked, special interests that are encroaching on these essentials of American life. It stops today. Your pillaging of the middle class is over. We are the American labor movement. When we stand together, we are powerful. When we are standing together, we're going to fight those bastards when they attack us, and together we're going to win. Now make no mistake, employees at the VA are on the front lines of these attacks. This Congress and the President proudly signed the poorly named VA Accountability Act. Perhaps the biggest trampling of civil service protections we have seen in decades. This bill did absolutely nothing to increase accountability at the VA. Yet now the White House and some in Congress want to make similar changes government-wide. To them I say, hell no! Hell no! Hell no! Hell no! Let's wait and see what a disaster the VA Accountability Act is before we start to infect the rest of government with that disaster. Better yet, let's elect a Congress that supports working people this November and repeal that stupid law altogether. And perhaps the worst part of the VA Accountability Act is how it is used to disrupt and discredit the VA to make it ripe for privatization. Is there nothing sacred anymore? It used to be understood that we have to care for our veterans. Now the White House and some in Congress want to give a crappy voucher to our veterans and undermine the entire VA healthcare system. These people see a veteran and they see a dollar sign.
That's right.
They don't give a damn about veterans. Brothers and sisters, we must expose this for the scheme that it is. We know that the privatization of the VA is a bad deal for the American veteran.
That's right.
We must fight this fight like it is the fight of our lives. Because for the veterans suffering with PTSD, this is a fight for his or her life. They don't need a damn voucher, they need a VA! And brothers and sisters, I appreciate you all taking your time away from your families to come here and fight the good fight in Washington. I encourage you to make the most of your time here. Meet with your members of Congress, Republicans and Democrats, convince them that we are right on these issues because we are right. And never forget that the fight does not end with legislative week. Go home, engage your brothers and sisters, and work to grow the union. It is only when we are big enough and mean enough that all the threats against the VA, against federal employees, against working people in this country go away. I want to thank you. I want to let you know that at VA, I've been working with your VA, with the AFGE people for a very long time, with all of your staff, and you have a tremendous, tremendous staff. Thank you for all the work that AFGE does every day. And I'm proud to stand side by side with you fighting for federal employees. Go make us proud this week.